So, welcome to the Experience Podcast. I am here as Dennis in this moment, sitting here in front of you, spelling spells, and I'm very grateful to be here. I assist people, I'm a bridge from the old world matrix system to the new earth. And today we are having a very interesting conversation with
with who? This
is your
person.
name with?
My name is not with. My name is Neal. However, you could essentially say that my name is with because it's the same difference as my name being Neal. See, who I am is not my name, and because of that, my name can be both with and Neal because my name's irrelevant. Who I actually am is a child of God the Father. And I'm a multi-dimensional, infinite spiritual being that's expressing through a human body. And I happen to be called Neal. And I happen to, when people say the name Neal, actually answer the people saying the name Neal. I'm a coach and I assist conscious people that are waking up in their 20s and 30s exit the matrix and be with their soul family. And what this looks like is group interactions as well as one-on-one interactions. So if you're inspired to connect, you can reach out via my email. You can reach out via my Snapchat to begin an initiation of a journey that is it's a life journey where literally because it manifests outside of us although it starts within us. And so when we change what's inside of us, when we start changing the perceptions and the expectations and the opinions and the my truth inside of us, our outside physical reality literally reflects that.
And this is perfect segue for what the intention is. Like, have you always, like, has your, where you came from and doing those things and being that way, like showing up in that way of being, has it, actually, I'm just going to go into, so doing things from and doing things for. Like, what I heard you is, what I heard was that you're doing things from and not for.
From what?
And now I'm recognizing that I was not fully present. So,
Or were you? Like, see, when I'm coming from my presence, like, I don't need to contemplate on what was said, or I don't need to think about what's going to be being said in the future. Um, Presence is a choice that we can tap into in any moment, and the only actual reality that is the present, which is the gift that we can choose to unwrap. And when we actually unwrap it, we discover that there is something in there that is who I am inside of a body. And that is the place that we all have potential and access to come from that I am inside of the body, which is a facet that is in each and every one of us. But the fullness of that I am is only an aspect in a single person, and it's not the totality. And this I am aspect inside of us, that is where I can come from. Like I can come from the I am, and what I'm calling the I am, I'm also calling love. So I can come from love, and when I'm coming from love, what's reflected in my external environment is love. And we it's literally this shift of where am I coming from something or am I doing something to get something? And if I'm just coming from something to express something, it's totally different than doing something to get something. And when I'm let's say doing a task to receive love from a person from the task being complete, then I would be coming from a place of not having love already, which is an illusion, and thinking that if I complete this task, then I'll receive love from this person because of the task being complete. That is uh, a distorted perception of reality, because the truth is the love's already inside of us, and we only can consciously choose to come from a different place.
So what I just heard was like if I was still in the matrix, and I may be in a different matrix now, I don't know that for sure, but if I was still in the old world, what Neal just shared to me like would be a complete paradox. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what the fuck are you saying, and why are you saying the things you just did? Because from an old world perspective, it absolutely fucking makes no sense. But here's something that I'm going to offer to you is that in the Bible it talks about not worrying about tomorrow and that He will take care of us. That not even to worry about the clothes that we wear or the I don't remember the exact. I can't quote the exact verse uh, verbatim, but it's basically that we're already taken care of. Like if we know that we are children of God, um, then why am I going to work fucking 8, 10, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, 7 days a week? I don't know. Why am I going to work for that amount of time for fucking what? For what? Uh, and that is a question that I asked myself prior to me coming to Costa Rica. And what I recognize now is that I was the biggest whore that I knew. And I am actually going so far to say is that if you're watching this video, that you're a whore. And I hope that triggers the fuck out of you. Because it's only going to trigger the part of you that's not actually a identifying with the real you, the child of God, and the essence of you already being loved. That there is no love to get out there. Like you are it, and that by being it, you can actually give. And there's an unlimited supply of giving because you are love. There's nothing. You're it. You are the point, and there is no point. So.
So what?
So here's the next little I'm gonna speak my words and I'm gonna put a spell out there. And so a bird does not worry about the branch because it knows that its power is in its wings. So even if the branch breaks, the bird has no concern of the branch. So what I'm offering you is, if you're listening to this, reach out to Neal or I. If you feel inspired, if you feel like, hey, like maybe what they're saying is actually has some substance to it. We actually have a path for you. We can assist you in finding your path of coming to the new earth and manifesting heaven on earth. So, yeah. Don't worry about the branch. If it falls, you're gonna be okay because God's got your back, and all you are is love, and everything that you're not will go splat. But that's okay because you're not that.
So, coming from love, like if you're going, if it's the situation where you need to do the task to then receive love from a person, you're coming from not love, which is illusionary. It's a perception. So from that illusionary perception, um, the entire old world is built from an illusionary perspective that something's missing and that I've got to go out there to get it. And in truth, everything's connected. We're all one. The picture is whole and complete, and I am whole and complete. And from that whole and completeness, I can express. Um, and then the question arises. So this is like advanced level. So if you're still if you're still here right now, you've already graduated, and then now this is like next level. So from from being whole and complete inside of who I am, now it's like, now what? And earlier I asked the question, so what? Um, so what? If I'm whole and complete, if everything's all one, what does it matter what I do, and what does it matter what I don't do? The pointless place, the level 3 realm of consciousness, where you were in level 2 and you had a point and you had the goals, and then boom, you woke up to, I'm whole and complete. I no longer need to do anything to feel love. I just feel love just being. And that's a pointless place. So from that pointless place, now a discovery into a point of purpose in life, an inquiry of what that purpose is, comes and arises. And what I've come to in that inquiry, what's the point? What's the purpose? Well, it's love wanted something to love. So purpose is expressing and receiving love infinitely. And then what that looks like, what the facet of that expression of love is, and what the facet and the angle of that receiving of love is, that is natural balance. And natural balance is your purpose, and it's your unique divine expression that is love, but it's unique to you because it's your God-given purpose. It's coming through your heart, but it's not your heart. It's from source. And so that's a piece of coming from having gone through pointless to discover a point, which is the giving and expression of love. And then the flavor, the facet of what that giving and receiving looks like is your unique God-given purpose. And that's coming from love. And the illusion is that I need to go buy this car to feel love, or I need to go and give this person a plate of cookies so that they'll thank me, and then I'll receive love. No, you already had. Here's a newsflash: you already had love before you gave that plate of cookies to the person, expecting to receive it. The truth is, you already had it. Now I'm coming from being all like jovial inside. I know you can feel it.
And if I were to say for, if I am expressing something for something, like I can sit here in complete silence and I don't need to say any more words. And I'm holding complete in that. Um, so I want to speak a little bit about here at Earthwaking. We have here at this community, we have a garden team, and we're about to plant another 1,000 fruit trees on another community that we're starting. And this is an invitation from I'm speaking from abundance. Like there is so much abundance behind me and through me and around me that I am good to go. I don't need this. And if you are inspired about what we're doing and about what you're hearing, and this is valuable to you, this is an invitation for you to come from a place of abundance and sow seeds in a fertile soil and sponsor a tree on that property, one out of those 1,000 trees, for not only this generation but generations to come. And by doing this, you will be sowing seeds that will multiply 30 times, possibly 50 times, 60 times, as it states in the parable of the sower. And how I know that is because of the fruit that's being produced in this community, and that's being produced in this community. And the reason that the fruit is the way it's so abundant is because of God. Like this whole community was established by God. Everyone that's here is here for that specific reason, because they were called to come here. And so, if you want fruit that feeds future generations, and you want to know that you're planting your seeds in fertile soil, this is an invitation. You'll find a link in the description. Um, and just remember, do it from abundance, not for abundance. So you can do it for future generations, but just know that they're already fed, that they're good to go no matter what.
You could come from needing to control everything. You could come from a way of being of controlling. Ask me how I know. Um, this controlling way of being is a way of being that has potential to accomplish all of your egoic desires and leaving you still feeling empty inside. I've been there. I've done that. I got the T-shirt. I walked the walk, and that walk is a walk that um, is now transitioned to a walk of surrender and a way of being of surrender. And now I can come from surrender. I can come from love. I can come from letting go rather than from needing to hold on. And so we're always coming from something. Even when we're trying to get something, we're coming from lack. So where are you coming from? Are you coming from lack or are you coming from abundance? And then you can look at where you're coming from based on the actions you're taking. From lack, actions look like needing to get everything, and it's like being a pack rat. So you got to store things up. Um,
That's living in the future, very likely.
yeah, but it's coming from lack.
Yeah.
And um, then coming from lack also looks like needing to say something because you think you're not heard, but you're already heard. But a lack of being heard would have you need to always say something. And then coming from would look like not preparing. Now wait a minute, but you're coming from, right? Well, when you're coming from,
Where are you coming from?
I'm coming from being whole and complete.
And
I'm coming from love. I'm coming from source, from God, not as God, but as a facet of it. As a as a facet of divine expression. And from that, I can say something to add value, to uplift, um, to inspire, but I don't need to say anything. I'm like, God's got this. I'm whole and complete inside. I don't need to say something. That's coming from being whole and complete, from being loving, and then additionally coming from looks like not preparing. Like let's say with food, you go on a journey and you trust that when you need food, food's going to be provided. This is the there's a group of people. I want to say they're called the Essenes, but I don't know this precisely. Um, but there was a group of people that lived in this way with God, and this is story. This is not from actual experience. This is a story from the past that lived in such a way with God that they didn't prepare. They lived a life of faith, and with the faith of if my physical body needs to be strong, God's going to provide me the resources for that strength to be there. And taking a step in faith, and that's coming from faith, which can have you from a controlling pack rat person. A person coming from faith is going to look like an unprepared person because they know that everything they need is within them now. I'm full of faith. I can take a step in faith, and I don't need any preparation prior to taking the step because I know that whatever's required in the moment will naturally arise. And so coming from looks like whatever you're choosing to come from. I'm just going to leave that right there. And every Wednesday at 3:00 p.m., these live streams are happening. So be sure and tune in on Wednesdays if you want to see us live. And then additionally, every Monday at 5:00 Mountain Time, Neal, I am this avatar body, is a lead facilitator of Natural Balance Masterclass. And Natural Balance Masterclass is a 1-hour masterclass where you show up to nurture a balance and cooperation inside of yourself. And that link is in the description, and you're invited to that. And you would show up to Natural Balance Masterclass to nurture balance and cooperation. And then 3 other things that we do at this masterclass are create connections, literally connect with physical people virtually. Secondly, networking. So sharing ideas, sharing business concepts, all these things, creating an inner net, an inner remembering. And then thirdly, an opportunity at the Natural Balance Masterclass on Monday at 5:00 Mountain Time is to show up to receive and to give offers. So if you have a service or you have a product and you want to put it out there for people to see and interact and engage with and receive your offer, or if you want to show up and see other people's offers and receive their offer, this is a perfect opportunity for that. And with that, I'm complete. Is there anything you want to add into the space, Dennis?
No.
Thank you. I love you. Peace.